Guys, welcome in. It's so good to have you guys here. So good to be here. I'm really excited for this. Guys, we're starting a Pokemon X hardcore randomized Nuzlocke today. And I absolutely can't wait to jump into this. I actually just really love Nuzlocking, specifically Pokemon X and Y. I don't know what it is about it. I love the 3D models. I love the whole region. I love everything about it. And we are just going to jump right in today and have an absolute blast. I think this is going to be a really, really fun Nuzlocke. I have no clue. The randomizer makes it so much more exciting because you have no clue what's going on. Now, we're going to talk about the randomizer. We're also going to talk about the rules, all that kind of stuff, as we always do at the beginning of a series. But guys, I just want to say a huge thank you again for everybody being here, especially after such a long time being gone. We did a few videos over the last month or so, and I really do appreciate you guys watching that. In fact, the last episode did really, really well. And so thank you guys so much for watching. But today we're starting a new adventure, and we're starting an adventure that hopefully we can actually complete, because as we learned and what you may have seen previously, the Elite Redux playthrough, I'm not the strongest Nuzlocker in the world. And that's okay. It is what it is. It's all good. Nice sip of coffee. But for a game like this, I think we should be able to do it. And so we are going to hardcore Nuzlocke this, as always. If you don't know what that means, we'll talk about it. Basically, regular Nuzlocke rules apply. Now, that just means we have to nickname every Pokemon, only catching that first Pokemon on each route, regardless of what it is. And then if a Pokemon faints, it is considered dead. We can't use it anymore. And so it's completely out of the game. Now, hardcore Nuzlocke rules on top of that just means no items in battle aside from held items. We do have to play on set mode. And is that it? Oh, level caps. I don't know what the level caps are, so we're gonna have to figure that one out as we go, but we'll figure that out. It'll be great. What I do want to do is actually see if I can pull up on my phone, because we will need some nicknames for you guys. So one of the things that we always have done on this channel, at least in previous runs, is we've always nicknamed our Pokemon after viewers or commenters on the channel. And so I want to make sure we stay consistent with that, because you guys are, of course, the reason we do this. It's just a blast to hang out with you guys and create some fun content. And so that's what we're going to do today. Now, a couple things I wanted to mention as well, just kind of logistically right off the bat. This is obviously, I'm not focusing as heavily on scheduling out every single episode, that kind of thing. My goal is bare minimum 1 episode every week, and that's it. If we can get more than that, great, but I have no clue exactly when these are going to happen. I'm honestly just going to enjoy myself, take it very, very much less seriously than I was taking it in previous, last year, really. And so do be on the lookout for episodes. I will try and maybe get a rough schedule down, but it's not going to be anything like it was where I was putting out videos every single day. Now, we might do some shorts out of this series. We'll kind of talk about that as we go, but right now I'm not that stressed about it. One thing I'm noticing too is this the game itself is a little finicky, little finicky here. Whoops. There we go. All right. Sorry, I was also pulling up comments on YouTube here because my phone doesn't actually have YouTube Studio on it, which is totally fine. Need to download that. All right, guys, let's jump in. All right, Lil L. We might go Lil L. I kind of like that nickname. Guys, I hope everybody's doing really well, genuinely. Little L or Big L? I mean, it's gotta be Lil L. I really do hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I hope everybody, I know this is kind of a busy time for people, start of school, all that kind of stuff is happening right now. So honestly, viewership might not be that great right now, or it might be amazing. I don't know. But these are our Pokemon. I mean, it's definitely Staravia. These are not great options, if I'm honest. But I do want to point out, obviously, these are not the normal starters. Great. All Pokemon are randomized. All abilities are randomized. I don't believe we randomized anything else. So just as a heads up, that is where we're at. I am pulling up those comments now so we can actually jump on this. All right. I'm definitely taking the Staravia though. I think it's definitely just the best of those three. I really hate the Gothitelle line. It's one of my least favorites. And so I'm all too happy to not pick that one. And we absolutely are going to nickname this. We're naming this Party. This is for Party Person, aka I believe Brody. I believe that's you, Brody. Thank you so much. You're always just like on it, and I really appreciate that. You're also just the latest commenter, and so I really appreciate that. But we got Party, guys. That is our Pokemon number 1, our starter. And I'm curious to see what ability it has, because again, abilities make or break in these kinds of randomizers, so we'll see what we got. It's also a second stage evolution already, with a third on the way, which is pretty exciting. And having a good flying type is never a bad thing in these games. And Staraptor is actually a very good Pokemon. It's just not a very exciting Pokemon. But that's okay. Let's check out Party. We have Telepathy, anticipates an ally's attack and dodges it. Not the most exciting, but we do have a nice neutral nature, which I will absolutely take. Just means that we're going to be able to kind of build it the way we want to build it, with a very fast, very heavy hitting Staraptor in the end here. So that's actually great. I love that. Now I think we have to head back to our mom, if I recall correctly. Oh, we have to have a battle first. Guys, it's our first battle. Let's go. I'm pretty excited about it. Also, one thing I wanted to point out. I actually tried something completely different with the thumbnail for this video, and I plan to keep that kind of, visual design throughout. And I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to be really fun. So that actually is part of what inspired this whole series, was to kind of give that a shot and see what, oh my gosh, this thing is going to annihilate us. Now, worth noting, it has weak armor. What? Weak armor is interesting. Worth noting, the Nuzlocke hasn't started quite yet, just as a heads up. So until we get Pokeballs, this isn't like relevant. So if we do lose this battle, it's okay. I don't think we will though now. Weak armor kind of playing in our favor with quick attack, but getting a lot of XP along the way. I love it. If I'm not mistaken as well, we do get some guaranteed captures at the beginning of this game. I think there might be 2. I want to say 2. We'll see. That's 2 levels, guys, right off the bat. One other, I feel like I keep saying this, but one other thing that we do want to mention, all of the boss battles, specifically boss battles. Now that includes like Lysander, but it also includes gym leaders, that kind of thing. They should have a guaranteed 6 Pokemon, which is going to make some of these gym fights a little trickier, especially in the early stages of the game when we don't have as many options. Now, later on, I think they would normally have 6 anyway, so it's not a huge difference, but it adds a little bit of complexity in the beginning of the game, which I think is actually really fun. Last thing, I promise, I do want to mention the length of these episodes should be between 45 minutes and an hour, somewhere in there. So just be aware, it's going to be a nice time, guys. We're just gonna be able to sit and have some fun together and not stress too much, guys. I feel like I was stressing so hard last year when I was trying to do so much. And as much as I loved putting out that much content, and not just putting out the content, but seeing the benefits and seeing you guys grow and seeing the community kind of wrap their heads around it, like it was really fun. But I just have a lot of more important things in my life. I've got a family, I've got a job, I've got things that I have to do that I want to do. And so it's just one of those situations where, as much as I would love to be able to sit down and just do Pokemon for the fun of it, or more as like not a job, but like, you know what I mean? Like full time, I just physically can't as much as I wish I could. So I apologize. It's not going to be all the time, but we're going to have a nice sit down and enjoy it together. It's going to be great. All right. Pokeballs. That's what we want. So this means the Nuzlocke does officially begin. Now we're going to just get 10 for now. I think we actually get a handful more anyway, but I did want to go ahead and grab a few. And now, guys, the journey officially is going to begin here, I believe. There we go. All right. Oh, there it is. We're going to get some skips like that from time to time. That's just the emulator, guys. It's all good. All right, let's do it. Here we go. This is our first encounter, guys. Let's see what it's going to be. It's going to be awesome. I believe in it. I believe in it. Or it's going to be a Mr. Mime. You know, honestly, kind of a unique Pokemon. I'm actually kind of stoked about this because I have never really used a Mr. Mime. So I will take it. I think this is a guaranteed capture as well as I think the forest. So I'm just going to shoot the Pokeball in and see what happens. I think we get it. Yeah. Love it. Let's make sure we pull up a nickname here. Oh, that's actually really funny. Yeah, we're going to nickname it that, but it's funny. This is a fairy type as well in this gen. I forgot about that. That's actually pretty good. We're going to nickname you. We're going to nickname you Childhood. And this is for... This is for the user My Childhood, who actually commented on the last video, the one where we lost again, and just said we always have love for Pokemon players. I really appreciate that. Love for the community and as a whole is amazing. So really, really appreciate that. Let's check out Childhood. Sweetville. Prevents itself and ally Pokemon from falling asleep. Not bad. Again, neutral nature as well. That's not terrible. Power swap, guard swap, barrier, and confusion. I'll take the confusion and the barrier right off the bat. That's actually not bad. And it's a pretty bulky mon, at least on the special side. So I'll take it. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. Why not? Why not, guys? All right. So I believe here we get the little catching tutorial, but we also get some extra Pokeballs, if I'm not mistaken. I'm a little curious to see what we could have gotten, but we'll find out. It'll be great. I'm actually kind of stoked about Mr. Mime. That's a different Pokemon. Really, both of these Pokemon are very different. Part of me is really excited just for the simple fact that we get to try some different mons. I feel like that's the beauty of these randomizers, guys, is every time you play the game, it becomes different. And so I love that. And it just means you get to try different stuff. And in this case, like Mr. Mime and Staraptor I might use, but Mr. Mime is generally not a Pokemon I would use. And so I'm kind of curious to see how it goes. It's a nice little screen setter. Like, it's a cool Pokemon. It's just not one I usually use. So this will be exciting. All right, there we go. We got some more Pokeballs. Phenomenal. That good. There is, I believe, one more route after I think there's a forest and then there's another route. And so I'm kind of curious to see what we can find there as well. But let's see what we could have gotten. Ooh, I do love Umbreon, guys. That kind of hurts, I'm not going to lie, but it's fine. Let's actually try and quick attack this because I don't think it's going to have many useful moves. And I would love to get some levels here. I do want to check as well. Pokemon X level caps. Level 9. Love it. X and Y. All right, level 12. Oh, we got wing attack. That's actually really, really good. I will happily take that. Fantastic. All right, let's throw... So we don't have the XP share right now. Let's just go ahead and throw you, Childhood, out front. Do have to be careful, of course, because Childhood is not the strongest, but we do have a little battle here, so we're going to be able to switch train, hopefully, assuming no arena trap or anything like that. A Whiscash. Whiscash is a really cool Pokemon, actually. I kind of love it. I have no clue what it could have right now, but it is level 5. We're not going to risk anything here, guys. We're just going to go ahead and swap to Party. And make sure we're playing it safe. It's the beginning of the game. We don't need to go crazy. We just need to have a good time. Sure, our attack and defense fell. That's annoying, but fine. We just get to wing attack here and do a decent chunk. This is a pretty bulky mon, so I did anticipate, like, this is going to take a minute, but might be some good XP. It is a fully evolved Pokemon at level 5. That should mean Childhood at least gains a level. If not, maybe 2. That'd be amazing. But yeah, pretty good so far. I am curious too, guys. What, like, how do you feel about doing less videos and that kind of stuff? I'm just curious because I struggle a little bit. This is an internal struggle for me, but this is something that I've thought about a lot. And part of the reason I was going so hard last year was because I worried that doing just a video a week or like a low, like just not many videos every week would be basically like, why even do it? But over the last month or so, when we've been doing just kind of one video a week, and even really, I think it was technically less than that, I still have enjoyed doing it, and you guys have still shown up, and so like, I don't know, I feel like it's still worth it, and I still enjoy doing it. So I don't know, I just struggle with that a little bit, but I am just curious to your thoughts on that. Okay, well, if we get an Ampharos, that's really sick. And again, guys, I think this is a guaranteed cap, but we'll see. A Poké toy. I do want to grab all these items, guys. Items are obviously randomized as well, as you can clearly tell. But here's our encounter here. It's a Nosepass. Ugh. Guys, what are these encounters? They are not great. I mean, look, again, this is the fun of a Nuzlocke, a randomizer Nuzlocke. You get to try different stuff, but Nosepass, really? Some of my least favorite Pokemon, I'm so sorry to say. And I now have to nickname it after somebody, and I don't want to insult anybody. You know what? I'm gonna nickname it after somebody who I know won't get insulted, because you have been a longtime viewer of the channel, and so I'm gonna appreciate that you're here, regardless. You, my friend, are DG, and this is for DG's 89, somebody who genuinely, DGs, you've been around for quite some time, and I really do appreciate it. So no insult intended off of naming you after a Nosepass. I was just, I mean, that's pretty good. Our defense dropping is not ideal, and our speed up is like okay, but I will take it. Let's go ahead and swap you out front, because we definitely need to get some levels on you. With Super Luck, though, I mean, Super Luck's a good ability, so I'm kind of stoked about that. See what else we could have had. Okay, I'm not upset by that then. I definitely would have rather had DG. We can take one, right? It's more how much damage can we actually do. Wow. And it's gooey. Wow. That's so bad. All right, we're gonna throw Childhood out here. I do know the defense here is not strong, but we get to attack on the special side, and so I'm much less worried about it. I could set up barrier, but I don't think I really need to. Sit with Confusion, that's gonna do a good chunk. There's Gust, that does 1. So yeah, I'd say we're good. All right, guys. A couple other things in the randomizer that I just think are important to note. Really, one major thing. We did change impossible evolutions. So if we had an evolution that literally couldn't happen normally, it can now, which is excellent. It just means that like if we get a Kadabra, we actually can get an Alakazam, which is really sick. I'm taking the training opportunity here a little bit, guys. Part of that is solely because we don't have a whole lot of like incredibly strong Pokemon at this stage. And so while I do want to be conscious of the level cap, I also want to make sure that we're giving ourselves a reasonable chance here. I don't know how far we'll get today, by the way, either. I'd love to say we're going to get, reasonably far, but I don't think we're going to get past the first gym leader or anything like that. I do want to make these episodes longer. As I said, 45 minutes to an hour is kind of the target mark. But we'll see how far we get. It's going to be a fun time. DG's learning Harden, level 5. There we go. I just want to get like some stab moves on some folks. I don't even know what that berry does, but swag. But I just want to I want to get us a solid foundation, guys. I would have loved a Pichu. I would have loved a Jolteon. I would have loved an Umbreon. I'm not going to fight a Pichu, let's be honest. We've had a few not bad misses, but just Pokemon that I would have clearly, I think we would have had stronger options, but that's okay. You know what? Our team is our team, and we love our team. A Weepinbell. This actually might be worth taking down with with Hardy. Just because it's a pretty easy kill for party. It's actually kind of an easy kill, I guess, for our childhood. Our childhood could take this weapon build down. Such a weird statement, but I kind of like it. All right, let's knock this thing out. Fantastic, guys. All right, we're gonna continue on through these woods. We're gonna see what else we can find item-wise. We got a battle, I'm sure, somewhere along the way here. Oh, this is the sneak up thing. Do we have to do this? Oh no, she just gives us an item, doesn't she? I'll take a paralyzed heal. You never know. While we can't use items in battle, ooh, speaking of which, before we get too far, battle style sets, boom. Got to make sure we do that. I always forget at the beginning of these, but so far it's not mattered because there's only been a battle with one Pokemon, so I feel okay about it, but you have to be careful about those settings, man. All right, what do we got? A Granbull. I mean, our defense is pretty strong. I kind of just want to tackle and see what happens. We actually outspeed. Tail Whip, okay. Not that stressed about it. Our defense did fall, that's fine. If we can take this thing out with DGs, I'm gonna feel great. But we do need to be careful that Granbull does have some pretty hefty attack as well. If we can get a crit, that'd be so sick. We do have a high crit ratio. Oh, it did 2. Oh, we're so good. You know, in hindsight though, if you look at our team right now, we have got first party, which is, I think, going to be a reasonable attacker, physical attacker overall. Very fast, very punchy. So I think that's actually a really good starting point. We have childhood, which is a special wall, and it has screens. So we've got a pretty defensive Pokemon there. And then I don't know, we now have a pressure Wurmple. We now have DGs, who is technically a pretty good physical wall with Super Lux. So like, if we can get a good crit off on that, I would absolutely love it. I actually think we've got a pretty sound foundation. We have no duplicate typings. Yeah, no duplicates. I feel like we're in a reasonable spot, despite maybe being some unconventional Pokemon. And we don't have bad abilities at the very least, so I will take that as well. That's always a frustrating thing when you get bad abilities. We might have banned, no, we didn't ban bad abilities. I think we banned or combined duplicate abilities. So if 2 abilities did the exact same thing, I went ahead and combined those just so we didn't double up on the same thing. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. I always love being gifted free Pokeballs. That's swaggy. All right, let's go for it. So far, so good, guys. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Or I'm feeling terrible because it's a Mewtwo. Like, so the only saving grace here is that I don't think Hail is actually kind of annoying. I don't think this thing has many good moves at this stage. It's probably got confusion. Yeah. So I'm curious to see how much that does. Not very much. That's really good. Yeah. I mean, I think I just confusion back. I don't think this thing really has much for us, but we obviously are going to need to just kind of whittle it down here a little bit and maybe get a confusion. There's the Hail. We need to be conscious of how much damage it's doing to us though, so we'll stay in that realm. How much did it do? 3. So we could probably get 1 more off like relatively safely. The Hail, man, that Hail. Yeah, we can do 1 more. Assuming no crit. That's the only trick. Please don't crit. Okay. Can we land a confusion? Like literal confusion would be sick right now. Okay, I guess not. All right, so now we definitely need to swap. I don't love this because it's gonna hurt, I think. But I don't know what else we can really do. We're just gonna have to take it and hope for the best. Oh, what did it do? I did not even, I thought it just, okay. Okay, we did it. Was it Future Sight? Was that what that was? We're already level 11 with party here. Oh, level 12. Okay, we are at the level cap. Definitely need to be careful with that, but there's not a whole lot we could have done, I don't think. Raising its attack stat, that is so not helpful for childhood. I'm so sorry. Nope, that's not what I meant. Keep old moves. Yes. All right, there we go. DG's also getting some levels. We split that across our entire team and it still gained 2 levels for Barty. I think we can heal up real quick. Do you heal us? Yes. Thank you so much. Probably should have done that first, but I'll be honest, kind of forgot there was a battle there. We're going to take every opportunity here to battle, even though there is a risk that we're going to get above the level cap. At some point, we may have to like just own the fact that we might just be above the level cap and like it is what it is. But I'm going to try my best to not go too crazy with that. The only reason I say that in randomizers, guys, you're going to get stuff like this where we've got, I mean, Kling Klang is a fully evolved Pokemon at level 2, but we also have like a Mewtwo. This was a mistake. So like we're going to get stuff like that happening. And there's really not a lot we can do about it. Can a confusion just kill you? I'm going to try it. This might be risky, guys. Ugh, this is risky. Oh, it has Protean. Oh, now wonder. All right, well, we're going to confuse him one more time. Now it's gone. And so you really can't help sometimes the experience. We split that across our entire team and everybody gained levels. Like that's going to happen. And so I do want to be conscious of level caps, but again, we can only do so much about that. There are going to be times where that's just, you know, it is what it is. I don't really want to swap you because you are kind of our, I think this is really just going to have, oh, okay. Well, we're just going to destroy it anyway, and it's fine. I thought it might have like water guns, so I didn't really want to go into DGs. And obviously we're going to avoid using party a little bit here, unless we just need a big red button. Destiny Knot. We can start Pokemon breeding, guys. Let's go. No. A Shoal Shell. I don't think that's all that useful, but okay, cool. All right, guys, I think we made it. We did it. Made it through the woods. I'm lost in the woods. Guys, don't judge me. I love Frozen. Frozen's sick. If you disagree, that's on you. And Frozen 2 is a delight. For those of you who thought Frozen 1 was better, you're just wrong. Actually, this is so stupid. I'm 32, but I've had an argument with a friend of mine who is also 32. Granted, this was like 2 years ago, so we'll say we were 30, about which Frozen was the better Frozen. I correctly stated that it was Frozen 2. And for everybody saying it's Frozen 1, I said I correctly stated, so clearly you're wrong. Sorry to tell you. We're gonna tackle this. We are not at 100% catch rate anymore. Just so you guys know, that was only through the woods if I'm not mistaken. And so our catch rate is now not great, but this is actually a pretty cool Pokemon. It does need to evolve, obviously, to get great, but it is a very good Pokemon and it's a new typing for us. Again, guys, we're covering typings pretty well if we can get it. One thing I love about Zebstrika, it's a unique Pokemon in my view, like design wise, it's just really cool. I think it's one of the coolest. I think it's one of the cooler electric types. There's a lot of cool electric types, don't get me wrong, but Zebstrika is a really cool one, I think. I'm just gonna keep chucking balls at this. I don't see a reason why we need to like, I can't tackle it again, and we don't have really anything else to hit it with, so we got it. Woo! Pokemon number 4, we have not failed a catch yet, guys. I'm loving that. Ooh, excuse me, I had to burp. That was crazy. That was a little exciting. This also covers water typing, which, if you don't know, is one of the most, if not the most, prevalent typing. This is for Ray D Bros, who said, "Good luck. Glad you are back." Thank you so much, Ray. I appreciate that, buddy. All right. I'm also looking at commenters specifically for the moment, so please make sure you are commenting. Max is the attack stat after the Pokemon takes a critical hit. That's actually really good. Ooh, that's really cool. We need to get a focus ash on you and then somehow let you take crits. All right, we're gonna do some battles here. I'm gonna try and take it somewhat easy, but okay. Yeah, no, just throw a Heatran. No biggie. So it's like, we're probably gonna need to go over level 12, but it's fine. Please don't kill me. It has Effect Spore? What is happening? This is gonna kill us. Okay, just kidding. That does literal nothing. I mean, what? Also, Super Luck, where have you been? You have not critted once. You're Super Luck. That's super effective and did very little. I don't... Oh my God, wake up. What have I done? This was such a mistake. We have to swap now. That was a crit. How is that a crit? You have a Effect Spore. All right, we have to go party here. But Ancient Power could wreck us. So I'm really just hoping it goes for Earth Power again, because otherwise, nope, went for Ancient Power. Of course it did. Of course it did. I don't even like, what? Guys, I'm sorry, but we had to use him. That thing was gonna wreck us. All right. Like, all right, it is what it is. We need to go heal, I think, is the move here. See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. We've seen a Mewtwo and we've seen a Heatran, and it's like, we're not even in the first city. What's happening? All right, let's heal. We will go back and do those fights, but let's just heal. Let's just make sure we're good first. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to risk anything. Trevor being super weird. I think that one's Trevor. I would love to rest my Pokemon. I do want to get not Zebstrika, but the previous evolution, Ray. I want to get Ray leveled up a little bit here because he's going to be pretty crucial, I think, for us. He's just a good Pokemon, man. Switch. With an interesting ability, too. That's not an ability you see very often. I love that. All right. Hi. Will you fight me? No. Do we have items here? Probably. I want to go searching for all the items. We're taking our time, guys. Like I said, we are just going to enjoy this. Truth be told, I kind of wish we had a water type because that would be super helpful right now, but that's fine. I'm actually going to go childhood here just because it hits on the special side, and I feel like physically we can't really do a whole lot to this guy. It might hit kind of hard or it doesn't, and it does 2 damage. You know, just makes you feel good when you don't have to stress about that. All right, let's go. Ray, learning Tail Whip. Cophagrigus, wow, with Drought. Interesting. Okay. I mean, we just Confusion, I think, and should be fine, but oh, guys, also real life stuff. We're gonna get out of the Pokemon space while we finish off this Cophagrigus and hopefully this trainer battle after another Pokemon, but real life stuff, guys. So my wife teaches. I think everybody who regularly watches probably knew that, but my wife does teach, and she just went back last week without students there, but now this week she has students which seems really early, but anyway, she has students. And so one of the struggles, this is something I've learned over the last little bit, is that you kind of have to adapt as you go. And something I've learned recently is last year, or not learned recently, but something I picked up on last year that I wanted to kind of remedy this year when it came to, while she's working specifically, is that we both are pretty bad about meal planning. And I don't mean meal prepping like for weightlifting or anything like that. I literally just mean like, what are we going to have for dinner tonight? We aren't great at solving that problem. So I recently took it upon myself. Oh, dude, sick. That's a free Pokemon, dude. Heck yeah. For the record, anybody who doesn't know, if we get a fossil, we can animate that fossil. The only thing we can't do is animate the same fossil multiple times. Anyway, so my goal that I started the week she went back, so last week, was I wanted to kind of solve that problem for us. I felt like I could step up and do a little bit more because I work from home. Like I can take an hour lunch and go get groceries, whatever. But literally, like last year, I was going to the grocery store every day after she got home, got her shower, did the thing. I would go to the grocery store, figure out what we're going to have for dinner. We'd decide together and I'd go get it. It was just a lot. And for no reason, like we could go to the store once and get everything for the week and we'd be good to go. And so that's what we're doing now. And so I actually downloaded an app. I do recommend it. It's Mealime. This isn't like a sponsored thing, although I would love it if they were. Mealime is the name of the app. Totally free. There is a pro version. It's like $3 a month, I think, and you get more recipes, that kind of stuff. But basically what it does, basically what it does is it allows you to meal plan for however long you want. I select 4 meals per week. It gives you a shopping list. You can go to the store, pick out everything, kind of checkbox everything as you go. And then you've got all the stuff to do. It gives you the instructions. It's even really cool little feature that it does. So while you're cooking, it'll bring up like the current steps. So whatever you're currently doing, it'll have it, on your phone. If you just put your hand over your phone, you don't have to touch your phone. It'll move on to the next step. And it'll give you a second before you just do that. But the idea being that if you've got meat on your hands or whatever, like it's not the best thing oh, guys, that's so good. What? We just buy Eviolites. We did randomized marts, forgot to mention that. Anyway, so that's what we've been doing. And last night, I hate it because my wife really didn't love it, but I did. It was beef and broccoli stir fry, and it was delicious. I loved it. Now, she's kind of on a health kick, and so the rice and things like that were not her favorite thing, because really just like white rice, which it wasn't pure white rice, but it was basically that, is not the healthiest thing for you. And so it's not bad, like it's not the worst, but it's not great. No. Anyway, so we made this stir fry. I ended up having 2 bowls of it because it was so delicious in my view, but she didn't love it. But we're actually learning new recipes and like trying new stuff. You can then save and favorite certain things if you do like it, so you can do them again. Azelf for Cyndaquil. That's a hard no, even if I did have it. And so it's been a really fun experience. I also just happen to really love cooking. And I've kind of found that's my decompression, like after a day of work, solely because it's not like I don't have like a commute home, right? Like I literally just, I am home. And so I don't really have an opportunity to like drive home, decompress, listen to some music and stuff. I just walk downstairs and I'm home. And so it's a little bit different for me as far as that's concerned. I'm not going to battle you yet because I think we can get an encounter. Route 22, we can get an encounter. How worried am I about this trainer? We're just going to find out. And so basically, yeah, it's just been a really nice experience. I love cooking, and so it's been really fun. And so if that's something that you and your significant other or just you by yourself struggle with, I highly recommend just download the app and give it a shot. It's free. It doesn't hurt anything. And if you hate the recipes, it's fine. You just don't have to use the recipes anymore. Like it's cool. But it's just been a really good experience for us so far. So I'm trying to recommend it because I feel like it's just a great way to handle that. And it defeats the conversation of like, well, what do you want for dinner? Where do you want to go? Not to mention, we collectively need to figure out that DoorDash is way too expensive. I feel like we have not realized that, and it's so expensive. Literally, like you could spend I don't know, $50 on some subs. And it's like, dog, it's subs. Like, you don't need to spend $50 on it, but it's a lot. And so I've been trying to avoid buying on like DoorDash and that kind of stuff for that reason. It's just so much money, guys. Not that like, I will say one thing I've noticed about this, some of the recipes can be a little expensive, but you're also buying like, a lot of it is like olive oil, and like you buy olive oil once and now you have it for the next like 10 recipes. So like you're fine. And so I feel like there's a little bit of like upfront cost when you're starting to cook for yourself, where you just have to get some of the essentials in. But then after you've got it, it's a lot cheaper in the long run, obviously, and it makes enough for leftovers. And so I now have lunch for the day because we have stir fry. It's amazing. And in fact, tonight I got to figure out here. You guys can help me. You tell me in the comments section which of these sounds the most delicious. I think they're all going to be really good, but these are the 3 other meals that we have bought. The first is mini glazed meatloaves with mashed potatoes and roasted carrots. Love that one. That sounds really good to me. The cheesy penne with zucchini, corn, and basil also sounds delicious. Definitely more pasta heavy. It's not, there's not a whole lot else aside from the zucchini. And then chicken pot pie with Parmesan potato crust. Now, you can't tell me that doesn't sound like something you just want to nom on. So let me know what you guys think. This is our encounter for Route 22, excuse me. A Tauros, kind of, again, not a Pokemon I would generally use, but I love Tauros. I'm not upset about this. Now, this is another kind of attack focused mon. That was a crit, seriously. Kind of attack focused mon. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm happy about it, but just keeping that in mind, we may want to be careful about, okay, 2 crits in a row. I withdraw DGs what I have said previously. So we may have to kind of do some swapping around here once we get more Pokemon, hopefully, but just something to keep in mind. We are such a wall, dude. I love that I'm weirdly loving DGs more than I should. All right. Let's see. Can we catch this? I would love to. Not quite. I don't know that we can risk another crit, though, so I feel like we're just going to have to throw Pokeballs and hope for the best, which is fine. We got some wiggle room, baby. And I think this is the last encounter before we go into the roller skate battle thing that we have to do. We'll see. Which might be the last battle of the episode, honestly. We're at 43 minutes right now, roughly 42, 43, somewhere in there. So we're actually doing really well for time, guys. We've got a pretty reasonable team starting off, and I'm just excited, guys. I love Nuzlocking X and Y. It looks good. It's just fun. There's a lot of really cool encounters, not to mention a wide variety of Pokemon that you get to see. It's not like when you Nuzlocke early games, you kind of see the same Pokemon over and over. This feels very different, and so I love that. I absolutely love that. You get stuff like this where you have no clue what to do with some of these Pokemon, but it's good. All right, guys, we are going to name this Bingus. I'm just going, by the way, in like whoever commented the latest, and that's what we're going with. This is for Dangle McBingus, which is just the best username. Who commented on our Soul Silver Nuzlocke and said, I just beat the Elite Four with only 4 Mons, Lugia, Feraligatr, Gyarados, and Electrode. A pretty sick lineup, but definitely understand that 4 Mons is tricky. That is not a lot of Pokemon to be heading into the Elite Four with. All right, let's go heal. I really want to buy Eviolites. Like, can you imagine how game-changing that would be? That is such a good item to find. We need to remember that that's here, actually, because that's something we should probably pick up at some point. Were you telling me something, or were you just... Oh, yeah. Great. Thanks. All right, guys. So let's head into this battle here and see how it goes. This should be a good one. I don't know if this qualifies as a boss battle. Would love to battle. Let's do it. And this very well could be our last battle of the... Okay, it's definitely not a boss battle. But this might be our last battle today. We'll see how long this takes. You are a fighting type and we are a pure rock type, so I don't really love being in here. Oh, we are trapped. Well, don't love that. And it's gonna bide. Lovely. Hey, don't do much. All right, cool. We're gonna harden, and I don't know if this is really worth it. I don't actually know what block does. I'm kind of curious. But we're gonna take the opportunity to raise our defense as much as we can. Despite bide literally not checking that at all. What does block do? I think it just keeps it from switching out, which means this does nothing, but yep. Focus energy, lovely. All right, we're gonna tackle, and there's the bite again. Guys, we might lose DG, and I really don't want to lose DGs. I actually really have grown to like DGs. It's only been one episode. The good news is the lock is definitely not ending here. Like, there's no way in heck we're gonna lose to this girder overall. But that's really annoying because now we have nothing that we can do. I mean, I'm gonna harden again. Yeah, because it's gonna bide. So we harden one more time and then we can tackle. We're gonna have to play this game and it sucks. I hate this. I hate bide. As an early game move, it is the worst. Okay, so now we have to tackle. It's gonna unleash, but there's nothing to do. And now we have to go harden again. Oh, it just says bound. Okay, well, good news, that does nothing. But we're stuck into just using harden. Unless, I don't think we can. Okay, there's the bite. That's good. That's what we want actually at this stage, because now we can freely get a attack off. If we can get one more off, I feel like there's a world, especially if we can super luck into a crit, like we might actually be able to do something here. Okay, bide failed. Tackle, that does a good chunk. I think from here on out, we just straight up tackle. Actually outspeeded. I can speak. Guys, that was a crit. We did it. We lived on 2. DG's. DG's is the MVP. Come on. That's hilarious. DG's, you're amazing. Got those roller skates. Let's go. That's insane to me. That's so funny. I'm not gonna do that. All right. No, not what I meant. That's insane. That's so funny. DG's did it. All right, guys. So I think I genuinely think this is about the best place I could think of to stop. I don't think we're going to take on the gym today. We'll see where we're at the beginning of the next episode. So we'll see if maybe we want to do just a little bit of grinding before we head in. But really, I think our team is looking okay at the moment. I would love to get a couple like electric moves on Ray, that kind of stuff. So we'll probably do just a tad bit of leveling, but I don't think we'll do a ton. And we'll do that on camera, I think. I don't think we're going to stress too much about off-camera grinding unless we really just need to. But I'm excited, guys. I think this is going to be a really fun series. I really do hope you enjoyed this first episode. I think this has been a very unique episode with DGs at the helm. I love that. And so I'm really stoked for episode 2. Again, I'm not quite sure when that's going to come out, but you guys will absolutely see it if you are subscribed to the channel. Please make sure you subscribe, like the video as well if you have not already. I would really appreciate it. And guys, I just want to say again, thank you so much for being here, especially through a less heavy content period. I think it's going to be really fun regardless. So I love you all. Have a fantastic day. See you again very soon.